Hey, fifth grade. I'm going to go over your project for this week. We are going to be drawing cylinders, and you're going to turn them into a cake. Now, you're going to have a lot of options and what kind of style and design you want your cake to be. It could be your dream birthday cake. You could design a wedding cake. It could just be a cake for fun. Any kind of, crazy, cool, fun design on the cake. You could make it look like you're a master baker and you design your cake to look like it has a famous artwork painted onto the frosting, or just a really fun confetti birthday cake or a fancy wedding cake. But basically, what I want to see is some really awesome cylinders. So you're going to make it look like your cake is 3D. We already drew cylinders when we did our pop cans. So I'm going to show you how to just draw them a little bit shorter so that they make a nice cake shape for you. You can put them on a fancy platter. Maybe they're up on a pedestal. You can have your paper be horizontal like I did, or tall and vertical if you want a really tall multi-tiered cake. I just did 2 tiers on mine. And then when I colored mine, I used colored pencils, and I just pushed a little harder on the edges, and I colored really lightly in the center and got lighter and lighter, and then pushed back harder again towards the edges so that it makes it look like it's shaded a little bit and it's more rounded in 3D. So let me show you how I did my 2 tiers. You do not need to draw along with me. I want you to make your own cake. Again, it can be vertical, it can be horizontal, it can have 5 tiers on it if you want to. Just have fun with it. And you can color it with whatever you want. Again, I used just a regular black marker. It could even be just a washable Crayola marker to trace mine and erase it. And then I used colored pencils. Crayons would do the exact same thing as colored pencils did for mine. You can color and shade with crayons too. So be creative, use what you have at home, and just have fun with it. I can't wait to see your cool cake designs. So here I'm going to show you how, again, to draw a cylinder. The key is you want your vertical lines, the lines of the sides of the cake that go up and down, the vertical ones, to be really straight. If they're crooked, it's not going to look like a cylinder. It's going to make it look really misshaped. So you want those to be straight up and down, and then the tops and the bottom are going to curve. So for my cylinder, I started low, and I just freehand, but you could use a ruler, you could use another piece of paper to make your straight lines, or even like a book or something if you want, if you really want to make sure that your lines are nice and straight. I'm just going to do my best in freehand. I'm going to make those 2 the same height as best I can. Again, if you want to use a ruler and make it perfect, that's awesome. And then the bottom, I'm going to curve down. Not a huge, deep curve like a smile, just slightly curved on the bottom. I'm not going to curve up because then I would be seeing through, and I'm not going to see through my cake, right? So I'm going to go up to the top, and I'm going to curve down. Okay, and I want this curve to be the same kind of curve that I did on the bottom. If one is really droopy and one isn't, again, it's not going to look quite right. Then, before I do the back line of it, I'm going to actually start my next tier. So I'm going to go up, straight as I can on my lines. Then I'm going to curve, and it should be the same kind of curve I already did, so I can just kind of follow along my line there. And I always draw lightly first, okay? And then again at the top. Now I'm just going to do 2 tiers so you can see. Now this one would not curve way up high, it would just be a slight curve like there. So I'm going to curve up and stop when I touch my other part of the cake, curve up and stop. So it looks like it wraps around. And then do my top curve. Okay. If I'm doing some kind of a platter, I would start up. So it looks like it goes behind it, wrap around along the front. Okay? And you can just keep building, 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 and doing as many tiers as you want, colored however you want. If you could even do, you know, if you have a permanent marker at home, you could outline all of this and then use like watercolors and do like a fun, cool design on it. It does not have to be colored 3D like I did on mine with the shading, but if you want to do that, that's great. You have a lot of flexibility with this, and we cannot wait to see the cakes that you design. Have fun!